Welcome back to Dicing with Death, everybody. So,
Yeah. So.
do I wake up? Do I get murdered in my sleep?
You wake up. You have pretty horrid nightmares. I don't know if you feel like telling us what they're about, or we can just skip to the. You hear a pounding at the door.
I rouse myself from bed.
Henrik! Henrik! Are you home?
I move to behind the door as quietly as I can and slowly unsheathe my sword, placing my scabbard against the wall.
Roll a dex check. Henrik!
22.
Guess he left for the hunt. You hear footsteps slowly fading away.
Whew. Okay, I
And you
sit
are
down
left alone.
and memorize some spells.
You are not well rested. The sun is still out, peering through it's creeping through the shades on the window. You're guessing you only napped for a couple of hours.
Damn it. Do I feel like I could continue napping?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I resheath my sword and go back to bed.
Roll a willpower check.
Ooh. Natural 20. 29 total.
Nice. There's more knocking at the door, but you sleep right through it. Nice. 8 hours later, sometime in the middle of the night, you wake up.
Excellent.
God, was that a scream?
That was a scream.
I think they found the body. Memorize the spells, quick. Get out of there.
All right, I'm going to take color spray out of my book, and I will take... I'm going to have to do another Orison. I'm going to take Orison, which I will try and heal myself with.
All right, roll those spell failures.
Pass and pass. I've got 2 Orisons left. I'm at full HP.
Alrighty.
Okay. I stretch for a moment, open the door, and sneak out through the shop.
All right. You sneak out the back door of the house into the shop, which is still open. The fire has since burned out into coals. You slip into the street under the cover of night and head where?
I head east. I'm going to go back to that, try and find that point where the kobolds ambushed us. I think it's kind of burned into my memory, having been so humiliated there.
All right.
Not only did I lose my 2 mercenaries, and I couldn't throw a dagger at the guy, but I tried to bait someone with a silver mirror, made 2 attacks against them, including a back attack, and couldn't hit the kobold, and it ran away with my mirror. That's like the most humiliating thing that has ever happened to me. And I cannot forgive these kobolds.
You're a rich bastard if that's the most humiliating thing that's ever happened to you.
I am a rich bastard.
Make a perception check.
Ignore the dice. The things dropping on the ground. Perception.
Were there dice dropping? Those were your dice.
Yeah, it was my dice. Well, it was my top. My spinny top.
Do you have any light?
No, but I have 60-foot infravision as a half-elf.
Okay. All right. It is. I think it's basic. I think it's a full moon or close to it. So you've got a lot of light. The full moon is high overhead, streaming through the forest canopy.
Nice.
An hour or so east of town, you're able to trace back the site of your humiliation. You see the drag marks all around the road. You kneel down and you can spot some wet spots where blood has soaked into the dirt and since been trampled over with foot and hoof and wheel.
I don't know if I can follow the drag marks, but I'm certainly going to try.
Roll another. Roll a tracking check.
Okay.
So roll a wisdom check, and I'll apply bonuses and penalties.
Do you want wisdom
Oh,
or
I guess
perception?
perception. Roll a perception check.
Okay.
2-point Neil.
Well, that's only because they didn't know that you and I invented it together. Okay.
There were others. We just don't talk about them.
Those others have left the. They've left the game.
The beta testers never get credit.
Yeah. Okay, d20 plus 12. It's been 24 hours, less than 24 hours since the trail was made, so that's probably -1 every 2 creatures in the group, all that other stuff. So here's my perception check. Oh my god, a 31.
Yeah, you nail it. Okay. So you maybe some 30 yards, say 30 meters for the Europeans in chat, or more like 34 yards or something like that, into the brush. You find both bodies. They were dragged off into a bush, stripped of their valuables, and left to bleed.
I give them just a quick once over
gone.
to make sure their gold is gone.
Their weapons and gold is gone. Cledence's ring mail is gone. The shield is gone.
That's fine. I don't care. I continue to walk, follow the trail. Actually, at this point, I pull a quarrel out of the pack, lock it into my crossbow. Can I? Well, yeah, I'll just keep my crossbow out. So the idea is to take a shot with the crossbow, then draw the sword.
You need 2 hands to shoot the crossbow, so your shield is on your back.
I can't. If the shield is strapped to my arm, I can't shoot a crossbow with the shield. I can't.
You can have it like dangling uselessly on your arm or something like that, but you will need to take a round to wield it.
Okay. I'm still going to keep the crossbow out. I might need to shoot something from afar.
Sure. Yeah, you cautiously walk into the forest, ready to shoot anything that you see. I'm not really sure what you're after.
I'm after kobolds.
But if it's kobolds, you can find it.
Are they on the north or south side of the road?
South side of the road. The body's dragged to the south side of the road. You can see the little feet heading generally off to the south.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you basically nailed it. Even with a -11, that's
The -11.
Isn't it -5 for being? Oh wait, hold on. It's a -5 for not being a ranger. Right, a -4 for -5 for not being a ranger, -5 for not being proficient. So I guess -10.
Yeah, but then +1 for every 2 creatures in the group. -1 for every 12 hours since the trail was made.
Yeah. So I think you still are able to follow the kobold trail south.
Yeah. Okay. I head south.
Yeah, you follow their small, little padded feet south to the forest. The group of... How many rounds did the color spray last? Not that it really matters, but...
It just knocks them unconscious. It doesn't last for any duration. I guess it just until they are woken up.
Interesting.
No, wait, hold on. I take that back. They're struck unconscious for 2d4 rounds.
Okay. Yay. I'm getting more compliments in chat. Thanks, Ethics. Normally, I wouldn't bring these things up, but I was getting a lot of hate. A lot,
People did
lot,
not like the lack of beard.
lot of hate for the lack of beard.
You know.
Don't worry. Like I said, it'll grow back by the end of the episode, and you can already see some like 5 o'clock shadow.
For those of you that just showed up, when we first started playing, it was completely smooth. You couldn't even see any of the stubble.
That's
This
true.
is this is like 3 hours of gameplay.
No, this is like 5 days. All right. Yeah. So you follow the kobold footprints.
Yes.
There are 5 of them or so. They tend to go from the floor to the treetops, weaving in and out, but you're able to follow their collective trail. And eventually you make your way to a small clearing and lose sight of the footprints in the mess before you. It's just like a dirt clearing.
Hmm.
And the footprints would disappear in like the tumbled dirt. The moonlight illuminates from above. You've got maybe 4-meter clearing in diameter, and the edges are shrouded in
I don't enter the
shadows of
clearing
the
yet.
trees.
I stay on the backside and look around, trying to see if there's anything out here.
Roll a perception check.
27.
Yeah, you don't spot anything that you notice, but you think you hear some commotion on the air. Maybe you spot like a flickering in the distance.
I pull out my crossbow. Can I make out what it is? That 27?
You think you can see some firelight through the trees?
I want to go around the clearing and approach the firelight.
So you circle around the outside of the clearing and get to the far side, and you can see that there's a faint glow, maybe a couple hundred yards, a couple hundred meters deeper into the forest. Doing my best with the SI units, chat. Yards and meters are basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Plus or minus 10%.
It's fine. It's fine.
Within acceptable error.
All right. I sneak towards this fire, trying to stay out of the clearing as much as possible.
Yeah. Roll a dex check.
16.
16. Your dex sucks. Crunch. But it doesn't matter. The kobolds are lost in the revelry.
Nice.
You creep another tens of meters or so through the woods and come upon another clearing. This one glowing with the firelight. You peer around a tree and see a campfire, a bonfire, if you will, cackling loudly in the moonlight. Where is my woodland campsite? And dancing around this bonfire is about a dozen or so kobolds. Cackling as they prance in circles around the fire.
A dozen or so kobolds. I could color spray and then fire.
6. And hope that they run.
I will uncock the crossbow, put the quarrel away, put the crossbow away, take the moment to strap my shield to my arm, and then I am going to color spray into the lot of them.
All right. Let's
Right.
have at it.
Here it comes. D6. Come on, big money, big money.
No whammies.
6!
And they are surprised.
They don't get a saving throw.
You burst into the clearing, spraying pinks and greens and blues and bursts of color everywhere. About half of the kobolds, let me actually count. 10. Almost half of the kobolds immediately fall unconscious where they prance. The other 6 turn to you, a look of shock on their face. I'll give you 1 round beyond that color spray to act.
Nice. Sword in hand, I burst into the lot of them, swinging my sword at the first kobold I can find. Natural 20.
Holy shit.
16 damage to a single kobold. Oh, I should do the 2d4 for the rounds. 4 rounds.
Good lord. You slice a kobold in 2. And it is just utter chaos. Screeches and screams as kobolds flee. Make 2 attacks of opportunity. Sweet rhyme right there. I do say so myself.
14 and another natural 20.
God, it's a massacre.
1 to the first kobold, 18 to the second.
What the fuck?
It's about time.
Yeah. Carnage. You hack the kobolds to pieces as they flee. And the battle is over before it began.
Okay.
You find yourself panting around this bonfire. You probably killed all the unconscious kobolds, is what I imagine
yes.
happening.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. I'm looking up treasure tables, by the way. Let's see what we have about this campfire. You're not supposed to be alive. Evil apparently does pay.
Well, for only so long. Every single one of our Dicing with Death characters, save one, has died.
All right. There are actually coins strewn all about this campsite.
I ignore any but the golden ones.
Including... But the gold ones? All right.
Well,
and,
gold or platinum.
Okay. As well as various shiny weapons and equipment. There's a broadsword, there's a shield, there's a suit of ringmail. There's a bunch of other shit strewn about. That sort of equipment.
I ignore the
you
other
collect
stuff.
the gold. All right. You pick up about 7. You pick up 11 gold before you find your first gem.
Before I find a gem.
Before you find your first gem. Holy shit.
Ooh.
Lucky rolls on these tables here.
And they're just strewn about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Glittering blue sapphire. Refracting
Refracting or reflecting?
reflecting the firelight. Fistfuls of it.
Nice.
Um,
How many coins do I find, and how many gems do I find?
13 sapphires and 13 gold.
Holy shit.
And copper and silver. Yeah, what the fuck? Fucking kobolds. Why do kobolds? I guess, yeah. Whatever. Supposed to be in the lair, but they're partying in the by the fireside.
Nice. Well, it's about time I got some payment for my hard work. I tell myself. Did I see where any of the other kobolds scampered off to? The ones that I didn't kill?
They ran every which way. You saw red. You hacked down a few as they fled, and then you finished off the unconscious bodies.
Okay, that's
By
fine.
the time you looked up, they were gone.
Well then. I guess I've gotten my vengeance. I bend down and I say a prayer to Valthara.
Valratha?
Valthara.
Did you get it right?
Yes.
Roll a,
Velthara.
roll a spell failure. Roll a D100.
Pass my spell set fail?
You're not sure if she hears you, but you feel your blood boil.
It's probably Bellum.
Your pulse pumps in your chest. You look around the carnage, and
And,
spoils you have reaped.
and I'm going to head back to. What do you call it? Back to Forest Hill. Gonna go
All right.
get a new horse. I'll name her Fancy. We'll just pretend that my other horse never died, and that way, if I return home, everything will be fine. Just got to see if I can
Died?
trade these sapphires.
Died.
Died?
You return to Forest Hill
Yeah.
some hours later.
It's still dark?
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
It's middle of the night. There's no wall around the city, so you meet no resistance.
Cool. Well, then
Stumble in amongst the log cabins. Do you go to the first tavern?
I do. I go to the very first tavern I see.
Okay. And you head in. It is a very quiet night. The bar is empty.
I figured that by the time I got here, it's
They have
probably...
a couple of drunks have passed out at their tables, and there's the night watchman.
Okay. I
Cleaning
go to the
things
night
up.
watchman,
Gives you a nod.
lay 5 silver coins on the table before him, and start walking in the direction of some rooms, or where I think the rooms would be.
Yeah. He points you to a room down the hall.
Yeah.
It's to one story inn.
Okay.
Find a room, probably not the same room that you recovered from your last round of wounds in, but
That's fine. All right. I head in, take my gear off, and go to sleep. In the morning, I will try and trade some gems for a horse.
all right. You wake the following morning.
Nice.
You memorize any spells?
Yes. I still have. I know I used everything, so I will memorize Spider Climb, which will be super useful now that I have a ranged weapon. And I will memorize. What's a more combat-y? I will memorize Bless.
I think that requires holy water, and like a holy symbol.
I think you are right. Chris. Mm, the verbal somatic gestures. The bless spell requires holy water. Does not require a holy symbol. Just holy water.
Holy water still costs 25 GP.
Yeah.
Maybe you could find a priest and ask to borrow just a dab.
Yeah. Well, I will still memorize the bless spell. First things first, I head to a horse merchant.
Yeah, right. I think you saw a stable like on the outskirts of town.
Mm-hmm.
The way you came in.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yep, you head
approach.
back. Yeah, there's a small enclosure carved into a clearing in the forest. Mostly donkeys, but there's a few horses like separated out.
Nice. Um, then I walk on in.
Yep. A young woman greets you. Heavy set but athletic. Wearing leather riding trousers. Thick dark black hair.
Okay.
Black brown hair. She gives you a nod.
Hi there. I'm looking to buy a filly. A riding
A filly.
horse.
I should know what
Yes.
that is because I'm selling horses, but I don't. Is that a lady
It
horse?
is a lady horse.
A young lady horse? All right.
Maybe?
I think so.
Okay.
Are you looking it up?
No.
Okay. We'll save the role playing. Yeah, I think it's like you looking for a riding horse.
Yeah. They're like 75 GP.
75 GP. I mean, so she tells you as much.
Okay. I
Yes.
pull
She
out
points
a.
to. She says, "Yeah, Bessie over there's a fine felly."
I pull out my sapphires and just kind of lay them in my hand before her.
Her eyes widen and her lips purse. What are these?
Payment. Take what you need.
She rifles through them. Taking one. All right, she's all yours. Can I set you up with any
Saddles, bags,
Bridle,
blanket, bridle,
saddles?
bit, whole 9 yards.
Yeah. So she gets Bessie ready to ride, and you have a new riding horse.
Fantastic. Does she need another sapphire for the rest of the gear?
No.
Okay.
She seemed eager to satisfy.
Okay. It is done.
A filly is a female horse under 4.
Okay. I need to roll 3d8 for her HP. 13. Fancy the filly Mark II.
You rename her. It's no longer Bessie.
It's no longer Bessie. And I no longer have these other things on her. Okay. Then I ride my horse over to to a temple or a church or a place where I could get some holy water.
Roll a. Do you have a religion proficiency?
I do.
Yeah, roll a religion proficiency.
Plus 9. 24.
Yeah, you find a small temple here in town. It's a log building like the others, but it's longer and taller, more prominent stained glass windows.
Okay.
And the windows depictions of flames and trees. You presume some house of worship to the pagans that dwell within these woods.
It's fantastic. I dismount. Um, what's it called? Hitch my horse and step into the church.
Yep. You step inside. There are a few people gathered around. There's no pews. It's a wide open hall, and around the room, I mean, it's a single story room, but the ceiling is maybe 10 meters above your head,
Mm-hmm.
and around the room are large carved trunks of trees. There are people about praying and doing their things, and you see a man in a rough spun. Actually, it looks like hide, a robe made of hides
Okay.
that appears to be in charge.
I approach the in charge man and say, "Good sir, I have need of some of your services. I
Around his neck is some woven contraption that appears to be some kind of holy symbol. It's various branches woven together with string and feathers.
I need holy water and a holy symbol for Velthara."
Holy water. What, have you encountered some vampires?
Do not joke about such things.
Very well, but such things are very taxing to create.
I know. I level him with a glare. And then I jingle around in my hand or my pocket and I produce 20 gold coins and 35 silver coins. And I give them to him. I know the price is 25 and I'm giving him 23.5. See if he notices or if he
He
says
looks,
anything.
yeah, he takes the coins and sort of sheepishly sort of shuffles off to the side and throws them in a bowl. Says these will keep the beams over our head tarred to seal out the rain. I appreciate your donation very much. Tell me again of your troubles. Holy water, was it? Holy water?
Holy water and a holy symbol for Velthara.
Yes, yes, holy. What is this? What is this Velthara you speak of? He goes and he goes to prepare you some holy water. Tell me of this Velthara. The name does not ring a bell.
The goddess of vengeance.
The name does not ring a bellum.
Ha, ha. The goddess of vengeance, daughter of Malchus and Tempos, one of the lower gods. Sorry, one of the upper gods.
You speak nonsense. Vengeance is pure flame, unbridled fire of the soul. It must be quenched, tempered with earth. He kneels down and takes a fistful of dirt. You notice that there's no floor to this temple. There's just hard packed earth. And he sort of claws into the clay and sprinkles some clumpy dirt before you.
Fire and air make vengeance.
He provides you fire and air make vengeance. Is that what you said?
Yes.
He provides you a vial of holy water.
Okay.
Fire and air make vengeance. Very wisely said. Fire and air make matchsticks of the woods. This is known. I do not know that I can provide you this holy symbol you speak of. Do you have the gift? He reaches out and grabs your hands.
I am gifted in many ways.
You let him take your hands.
I do.
All right. He's a short man with a scraggly beard. clad in furs. Hmm. Well, as I said, I know not of this Velfara of which you speak, but if it is vengeance, if there is fire that burns in your heart,
There
perhaps we
is.
should talk. He lets go of your hands and puts a hand on your shoulder and leads you over to a log. It actually looks like a stump of a tree. Roots still grow into the earth. It
Hmm.
appears to have been here before the building was built. And he sits you down on it. Tell me of your troubles, my son.
I, my aunt was driven mad by the death of her husband and child. Strange monsters entered out from the swamps, dragging her off into the night by her own free will. Mad with mad with something. She believed these monsters to be her children and willingly went with them. Since then, my traveling companions have been ripped to shred by kobolds. I have found these monsters and dealt their vengeance
Was this recently?
extraordinarily.
Yes, yes. I believe you, my son. On the Hollow's Eve, the border between our realm and the realm of spirits is at its thinnest. Many of these creatures take this opportunity. Ghosts and ghouls and ghasts and demons, as you may call them, have an opportunity to burst forth into the spirit realm, into the physical realm. I I do not know where your aunt is, but I feel your pain. He puts a hand on your shoulder.
My allies need vengeance. I shall provide it for them. If you do not know of Velfara and her ways, perhaps you call her by another name. Who is it that you pagans view as the god of vengeance?
Vengeance is a human ailment. Unbridled flame, as I said.
Oh,
It
you
is
know so little.
it is to be squelched with fire and water.
You woodsmen are all alike. You do not know what the world holds. You do not know what the gods hold. Keep your filthy, dirty religion. I will go.
In
And
non-role playing terms, he tells you he needs more money before he's going to give you a holy symbol.
I figured I could. Oh, I thought he was saying,
Maybe I should have had you roll a charisma check to gather that.
yeah, I totally didn't pick up on that at all. All
I
right.
mean, he's happy to proselytize you the whole night through.
Well, the problem is I only have 12 GP followed by sapphires.
I think a sapphire would buy the holy symbol off his neck. If you're asking me.
All right. I hand him one of the sapphires. Let's do it.
Yeah. So at some point during this, you let it be known that you have sapphires. How does that? I mean, do you like outright bribe
I
him? Do you pull it out or?
Yeah, once I pick up on him wanting some more cash, I produce one of the sapphires,
He
roll it
reaches
between
down.
two fingers, and toss
Now
it.
this is what we need to quench your flame, and he grabs it covetously between his palms. This here is pure earth, pressed by the All Mother for generations beneath the dirt. Yes, this will squelch your flame.
Fool. Sapphires are not the product of
he
terrestrial
removes
forces. They are the byproduct of monsters from the deep.
he removes his neck and he says, "No, no, these were made by the mother herself." And he places his it's basically like a dream catcher, think like some a woven mess of sticks and string and feathers, and he removes it from his own neck and places it on your own.
Will
Says,
this?
"You are blessed, my son. I can sense the gift within you." And he reaches out and he touches your face. There's still dirt on his palm from that when he reached down and clawed at the clay. Yes, yes, I think I can see the earth quenching the flames within you already. Have you not already forgotten about your vengeance? See, wasn't it nice? Wasn't it nice to talk about these things? I can see you have been so pent up. A fire without oxygen will quickly consume us all if it is not well. You may come see me anytime you like.
Begone, pagan. And I exit. I have very little respect for these people. My pride and haughtiness is kind of coming to a head.
What is that flashing? You like have a
Flashing.
strobe light on your screen.
Oh no, I was
Browsing
closing
through.
tabs, and each time a tab closed, it was white for a moment, and
Pew, pew, pew.
yeah.
All right. You have a functional holy symbol now. It is not to whatever god you were hoping to worship, but it is a magically enchanted necklace of sticks and twigs and leaves and feathers.
I can't believe I paid a sapphire for that. But it's all right. You know, I just kind of came across these things. I'm not a greedy man. I may not have a great sense of economy since I've never had to economize anything. So, you know,
Hey, that's the thing about gems, is unless you got the connections to appropriately appraise and fence them,
yeah,
they're only worth whatever it is you need to trade for them.
yeah. Cool. God, I don't even want to know how much those sapphires are worth. It's probably like 1,000 GP each or something.
Something like that.
Fucking hell.
And despite my best wishes, I guess you survived another episode.
Woo! I
Is there
think
anything
that's
else we want to do? I guess let's
no,
do
that's the end of
XP.
us.
It's pretty sad. I'm trying to think. I'll give you some of the scorpion. Scorpion is 420 divided by.
They didn't survive the episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna divide it by half because of all the beating that the villager or the caravaneers actually delivered quite a beating.
Okay, that's 210.
So let's do 210 kobolds. Let's give another 150 for the kobolds plus another 100 for your whole kobold self-assigned kobold quest. You
Nice.
murdered a couple huntsmen. Let's say 50, 75 for the two woodsmen and the merchant. Is there anything else that you
Nice.
killed?
Um, no, I did switch gods. I don't know if that adds or subtracts experience though.
Yeah. So I'll give you 100 for the whole and for role playing with my shaman.
Nice. Is there anything else? I can't think of anything else.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that's all you killed. No quests resolved. Really.
All right, that's a sad amount of experience.
I don't know what to tell you.
It's all right.
It's a sad episode.
211. Yeah.
You were supposed to die.
So I have 769 experience. 770 actually, if we round. To
Total, or is that before
total
dividing?
between all my classes.
This is going to be a long slog of 3 HP.
Well, look, I'm halfway to my cleric getting level 2, and almost halfway to my warrior getting level 2. And by almost halfway, I really mean like a third of the way. But
We will see. I think mercenaries is the way to go. As long as you don't get a reputation for getting them killed.
yeah, maybe I could hire some more mercenaries, take on some bigger things. But right now, I need vengeance.
Against what?
I think I'm gonna head up to the swamp and try and hunt down whatever took my aunt.
Down to up. You mean up to the moors?
Yes, up to the moors.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think that's it for today.
Yeah. All right, chat. Don't tell Neil, but Fancy nailed the fuck out of her D10s. Fancy is alive and prancing around the moors.
Fancy's alive.
She didn't need you. She didn't know. She is over it. She's over it. She's had it up to here with Jeannie's bullshit. Fancy's a free woman. She's. Yeah. That's what if you were during the middle of the broadcast, I had a moment where I was like, yeah.
I was wondering what that was.
Yeah.
It was Fancy.
That was Fancy coming back from the dead.
Oh.
You know, things are a little spooky out on the moors, though. So maybe it's a zombie Fancy, but somehow she nailed those roles. She got herself back.
Nice.
You're not supposed to know that. That was for chat.
Okay, I don't know about it.
Because I assume that Jeannie is just given it. Jeannie assumes that Fancy is now Bones.
Yeah, and there's no way to track her down or anything like that.
No. Hey, maybe if you nail some random encounter check, you'll run into a wild horse that looks at you with familiar eyes. But most likely not. No, she's moving on to greener pastures.
Nice.
She's headed to the seashore. Gonna hop on a boat and start a new life. All right.
Cool.
Is that.
Well, then we are done. So we will.
Any
announcements? Let me take a look at the calendar because we got we've got a Hardcore Heroes application coming up in 5 hours from this moment, and then we have 3 tomorrow.
Yikes!
Yeah,
I can't even hear. I've been trying to follow. I caught the first 2 Hardcore Heroes. And they were really good.
Well, there's going to be a lot of these. They're going to be spread out over the month. There's going to be 16 in total. They're about an hour and a half each. They're going to be uploaded to YouTube.
I can't keep up.
It's all right. You'll only end up with 4 in the end, so you can always retroactively take a look at how they applied and whatnot. We got Shenanigans coming on Sunday morning, and we may or may not have a Hobgoblin for that.
I want to.
We'll see. We'll see if science can be put off for a little while. But we will have Rob and Gabriel and Eric and Chloe. So that's 4. There's actually only 2 spots left.
Shit, making me commit early.
I mean, no, okay, 2 spots left. They might fill up, they might not fill up. And I think that's it. Oh shit, we were supposed to have Love Bites tomorrow, but I still don't have a guest. Unless Ryan's available at 6 o'clock tomorrow to do some Love Bites.
I could do Love Bites.
You could do a Love Bites? You'd be down?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Love Bites tomorrow with Ryan.
You heard it here first.
I was actually meaning to ask you during one of our breaks, but our conversations were too interesting, and the Vietnamese food was too painful.
We were taking breaks to go get food?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's it, guys. We'll see you later. Bye-bye, everybody.
Yep. See you tomorrow.